And we are still in the midst of reconstruction from the war with the two different terrorist groups. And it's putting a heavy strain on our economy. And I'm just going to show you something here that I never really paid attention to after all this time of playing it. Um, so when you see the city with the little fracture through it, so reconstruction. So we already passed 411 days. So we're looking at another 2 years for that to be complete. This is going to be a couple more years. A little over 2 years. Just guesstimating from looking at the numbers. Another roughly 2 years and some change. This is horrific. If I calculate this right, this is roughly, geez, 1,680 days. That's, I'm gonna say around 14 years. No, that's not the one that's 14 years. This one is. I mean, look at that. So I'm not sure how long this series can actually make it because Syria has such a weak economy to begin with. And the energy that's needed, I mean, let's see. So I know I can pull the country up if I was able to get a nuclear power plant, but the economy is so strained. Um, I don't see that happening. So let's see. We will try to build 4 more fossil energy plants. And that's going to cost in the billions. Let's do. All right, so that's putting us in the red again. So we're going to have to cut back on pretty much everything at this point. And just see how it works out. Some more rounds. We're going to zero out everything. Plastic industry, that's not really doing anything. Water supply networks, we're going to keep that. We don't even have enough water for crops or anything. And we definitely need a food supply. So we're going to bump this up to 10 million. And we're going to go to farming. I'm going to cut that back. Potatoes, we're going to cut that back also. Currency, inflation. Alright, so we can see that's starting to go up again. And we're going to have to do something with taxes. So we're already maxed out with tax investigation. Wealth. Let's see. First of all, we need to get rid of some of the unnecessary stuff. So that's not really doing much of anything. So we're going to cut that. Wine tax, I mean, come on, 13,000, that's not going to really do anything. $134, that's ridiculous. All right, tobacco. At this point, it doesn't even matter. Financial transactions, if we can get that up to, we're going to have to put this up to 2%. That's going to bring in 6 million. I have a feeling that's going to hurt us in the long run. If we can drop this down. Alright, so compensated for 6 million of that. We're gonna need like another 10. Alright, if we do it this way, and then inheritance tax. So we're gonna leave that. And creation. Alright, so tax on plastic packaging, we'll do that. We'll bump this up to 5. Six. Alright, so we'll get that up to 36%. And we're gonna toss that out. There's no point of even starting that. Our economy is so crappy. So environment. Reforestation. See, that's not even. Alright. Okay, so that's fine. Let's go to work, and I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to cut this back. And if we can, we're gonna have to do this so we can collect taxes from companies. That should help us somewhat. what's the unemployment rate? So we don't need an employment agency. And let's see if we could give another two. No, that's going to be too much. All right. Immigration. Are we going to have to cut back on the Coast Guard? All right. Gonna cancel that. How much is that going to cost? All right. Detention centers. We have. All right. We have a lot of. Have a lot of illegal immigrants. So we have roughly around 413. So let's kick these people out. Let's look at some of the contracts we have. So fuel. And let's see if we can speed everything up. So we're going to try to go for as many days as we can to not spend anything at all. Just want to put this. Yeah, go ahead and do that. I don't feel like looking for one. All right, so let's see. Are we helping inflation any? No, we are not. So, so I'll admit, playing as a small country is basically my Achilles heel. I am not really, I guess I'm not disciplined enough to play a smaller country because they have such a weak economy. Having a hard time figuring out what exactly to do at this point. Um, let's see. Nope, we're not doing that either. Um, let's go to education. We're gonna have to make some cuts. Um, about backup classes. We're gonna have to cut that back. That brings us 57 million into our economy. Um, tourism, foreign languages. If we cut that back, that's another. So cut back around 110. So let's see what other cuts can we make. Um, if we cap rent, how much is that going to cost us? 2 million. All right, so inflation didn't really move that much. All right, so yeah, we can't tolerate this at all. All right, let's close that out. All right, illegal employment on the decline. So that's somewhat good for us. All right, and we have an election also. Uh, let's bring police enforcements. Uh, Reinforcements. All right. Um, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could do another oil well. Let's check on where we are with oil. All right, so we need another point 0.3 to meet our own demand. And then after that, it could be strictly profit for us if we sell that. So let's see. Let's go to family. Are we giving out anything? All right, this. I'm sorry. I have to laugh at this. $1 per month. That's literally nothing. So what happens? Ah, guess I shouldn't have laughed. All right, so that saves us 104. Um, no, no, So we'll just give. All right. So what happens if we just give $1 or 2 for 3 children? Um, yeah, that's what we'll do. That's not going to be popular at all, but all right. So we have a $126 million surplus. Inflation, that's actually starting to level out. For now, at least. But let's not forget it. At the beginning of the series, it was at 28.1%. So economically, overall, for the series, we are doing better than what we were. That still doesn't say much because our economy is so weak. and we're at a 3 terawatt deficit energy wise. How much longer for, oh my goodness. By the time this is built, I'm going to be like 6 terawatts in the hole. All right, so we really, we really need those oil wells. So let's build another one that's going to give us 19. So we'll build that one there. Um, where are we as far as natural gas? Where exactly are we? Can we actually? What would happen? So I'm tempted to do this, even though I know this probably will completely destroy everything. I'm gonna try to wait. What about natural gas? Where are we with that? All right, so that's private. Oh man, so that's where I messed up at the beginning of this series. So before we had any gas wells, I should have put this under the control of the state. So once I got into this situation that I'm in, I could have just sold that. That would have given me 6.7 billion into our economy. And wouldn't be in this predicament. So that was my lack of foresight. But try to remember that for the future. Anytime I'm playing with a small country like this. All right, so lesson learned. Um, let's try for another 2 oil wells. So one there and 21. So the weird thing about this is once all these cities are complete with their reconstruction, my economy should actually shoot up. But the only thing is, will I make it to that point? And I'm sure I won't because, what is it, Aleppo is, yeah, that's roughly about 14 years. So not going to make it to that point at all. All right, so we escorted 61,266 illegal immigrants out the country. All right. That was a bit unnecessary. All right, so, all right. Unemployment is at 0% basically. All right, so let's go and Alright, yeah, inflation's going back up again. Alright, attention to powers. Alright, so we'll send the military in since it's such a large crowd. Poverty was satisfied. Sure, we'll do that. Alright, so let's slow that down some. Alright, so it looks like our party is leading. So let's look at Parliament. Alright, so we really have a problem with energy. Let's send the military in. Alright. Not giving anyone money. We barely have enough money for ourselves, so our approval dropped to 50%. Alright, so let's look at debt. Um, so we owe 20 million, so let's pay that back. Alright, so the World Bank, we got them off our backs. Uh, yeah, everything else is in the high millions. Alright, um, Alright, so let's see. Does our party remain in power or... Yep, remain in power. At least for the first round. 55% turnout. Um, let's see. How many more weeks do we have? Or days? Alright, so... Alright, so we have a little ways. I'm gonna try to speed that up. Once I'm complete this, I may be forced to go ahead and sell, um, not sell, but privatize the, oil industry. Alright, I can't take that. Oh, wonderful. And we have a hostage taken. That's just great. Alright. Well, we're not negotiating. Let's see, housing. Let's do 100 homes. Alright, so... Yeah, you know what? Um, nope, not giving anything. Alright, go ahead and take them out. Alright. Um, this is tempting. Let's see. Uh, I hate when this game does that. Alright, so... Yep, our party is going to dominate. Um, and I'm not going to be able to... Well... Alright, just point... Let me see. Let's look at that. We have a point 0.2 budget deficit, and we are 6.8 billion in the hole with a treasury reserve of 81.95 million. Um, Let's use that treasury reserve to build up more oil wells. Alright, so we have 3 in this region. Let's construct 2 more. Alright, so we have that region covered. About this region, Eastern Aleppo. Alright, so let's do 1. Alright, and let's see, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to wait a little bit, but hopefully I'll remember that this is the next region to build more oil wells. Alright, so our party won. We have 174 seats out of 250. All right. Our approval went up by 7 points. CO2 emissions increasing? No kidding. All right. We'll meet with Nigeria. All right. What's going on now? All right. So that's over. All right. I will end this episode now. I don't know how many more episodes I can go on for, but I'll still try to figure out something. That's what took me so long to even do this episode. I like to figure out what I have to work with ahead of time, so I always play that model game beforehand and see how that pans out. So I'll be doing the same after this episode. So again, thank you for the support. Please click the like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon.